can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
What up, though? It's the word. Y'all see the title. We about to talk about it. But first, let me get into the chat. Taste, what up, sis? Appreciate you. Bronze, brother, what up, though? Appreciate you. Anti in the building. The 9 is complete. What up, though? What up, 9? Drina, what up? Dee. Bug Files, appreciate you. All right, so check this out. We're gonna talk about the philosophy of the word today, right? This is something I presented, and this ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. I'm just gonna complete something that we familiar with. I'm gonna relate it and associate it in a couple different ways, and we go get this business, right? So what is the philosophy of the word? Like I said, it ain't no religion. This is just something that I understand, and it's a philosophy, right? It's just completing yourself. We understand we are 3 parts. We are the mind, the body, and the soul. And a lot of the mind and the soul, they battle against one another. And when that happens, okay, hold on. Can you hear me now? Is that better? No, what up, sis? Homeless, what up, though? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Is that better? Can you hear me better now? Let me try it. Yeah, okay. What about now? James, what up, though, bro? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay. Marlene, what up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, man, y'all rocking out. I appreciate y'all. It's a little difficult because I don't, I'm probably going to turn the light off in a minute because it's hard to see with the light on. But, yeah, I don't know how. Okay, I was told to put a little bass in my voice, so I'm gonna put a little bass in my voice, right? So, what this is just the philosophy of completion. Like I said, we have three parts. We have the mind, we have the body, and we have the soul, right? And understanding that, we know our mind and our soul be at conflict at times, and what come out of us, which is the body, is the representation of the body, is what we manifest from inside of it. So if those two parts ain't working together, all right, so I appreciate you. So, oh, for sure, Mo, appreciate it. So, if those two parts ain't working together, what happens is what comes out of you is discombobulated. It's not a true representation of you, right? And like I said, this ain't new, right? We understand the mind, body, and soul, but I'm gonna use two aspects that everyone should be familiar with, right? I'm not gonna get into the Hindu text or the Kabbalah, none of that, right? So we understand the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? And when you look at that Trinity, those three parts, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, when you see the representation of Jesus, a lot of times they have a heart on, right? Jesus came here to teach us love, to teach us compassion, all these things that function out of our heart. You know, we equate the heart to the soul, the way we feel. Even when you look up soul in entomology, it'll tell you it has to do with emotion, right? We always knew our soul was the conductor of our emotion, right? So understanding that, even when I broke down what the ego was, when I broke that down, I showed you how when you function out your lower self, it's more instinctive. When you function out your higher self, that's equated to the superego, the morals, the values, all that stuff. Gary, what up, though? Appreciate you, brother. Lisa J. Stocks in the building. What up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, make sure y'all showing each other some love, right? Let me break this down real quick. So, the heart is associated to Jesus. If you look at the teachings of Jesus, he told you the way to the Father is through the Son, right? People, it went over people's head. A lot of the Bible is parables, right? So when he's saying the way to the Father is through the Son, he's telling you, let your heart guide your mind. Let your heart guide to get through. So even when you got that Trinity, you associate Jesus with the heart, right? The mind. What do we say? God consciousness. When God blew breath and animated, gave us consciousness. God gave us free will, the will to do as we please. Consciousness. So even in the Trinity, Jesus is the heart, God is the consciousness, right? So now you say, what's the Holy Spirit then? The Holy Spirit is you. You bring the Holy Spirit into the world. Once you connect God and Jesus, you have a complete. It's a play with words, right? Holy Spirit. What is that? That's the combination of God and Jesus, the heart and the mind. So once you combine that, you can live the living Holy Spirit, the whole Spirit. The Spirit is not whole. Both components complementing one another, working with one another, right? When we keep them apart, we see what happens, how things manifest, how things work. That's what we see when we keep it apart. My bad. Give me 1 second. Okay. So that's what happens when we keep the two parts apart. And the third part, us in the living world, manifesting things into this world. You see, whatever you see in the world is a projection of what's inside the people of the world. Whatever you see in the world right now, whatever condition we in as a human society is because of what we manifested from inside ourselves. And you see, one component might be overruling the other. You have to use the heart to guide the mind. You need the mind to rationalize with the heart. They have to complement one another. Because doing anything too good, right? You can have good intentions and just do things the wrong way. And what is that? Give me 1 second. I gotta turn this light off. This is killing me. Don't be telling her to sit in no picture. Okay. No, that's really dark. Hold on. Now, there we go. The word after dark. But so understanding that, the Trinity, allow the Son, go through the Son to get to the Father so you can live with a whole spirit. Right? Let the mind rationalize with the heart and let the heart guide the mind. So like I was saying, you can do things with good intention and it can still end up wrong because you didn't think about it. You didn't incorporate the mind, you just went impulsively off of the heart. Like think if somebody was in a pool drowning and you look and say, okay, I need to save this life. I jump in the pool. And as soon as I hit the water, I realized like, damn, I can't swim neither. Now, even though I had good intent to save the person, but now I got, if another person come helping, who they gonna help first? I made the situation worse. Instead of using my mind rationally thinking like, okay, let me go get some help, some form of help. I know what I can't do, but let me figure out what I can. And vice versa. We might rationally think like it's nothing I can do to save them and sit there and watch. You see people every day pull up video cameras when people fighting, when people getting assaulted, they pulling up video cameras. Yeah, it's cool to record, but you ain't gonna try to stop it. You ain't gonna try to prevent it. Hey, I'm recording. They don't even say that. Where's the heart at? Where's the compassion? Okay, I can't do nothing to stop this from happening, so I'm gonna benefit from it. So I'm gonna record it. Like, what are we doing? So let the mind, body, and soul combine. Yes, they go complete and complement one another. Well, you gotta think about this. You are the body and everything in it. So the mind and the soul is in the body. But what do you do with the body? You do what either the mind or the soul tell you. You either do what you think or you do what you feel. Other than that, you don't do, right? So one of them is working. The problem is which one is working, and is it appropriate for that one to work? Like most philosophies will tell you to use one or the other. They will tell you to do things out of love or do things out of morality. Think. Just do what you feel. Think. That's what they tell you, but the reality is you have to merge them two. That's what all these religions, all these spiritual practices, that's what they allude to. I believe a lot of it was tampered with. And if you had the complete story, you'll understand what I'm telling you. This is nothing new. I just put pieces together. Like, even think about this, right? In African culture, is a trinity, right? The mother, the father, and the son. Now, think about those three aspects. The mother represents the heart. The woman, she does the nurturing, the loving, the compassion. She's in tune with self. What is the father? The father is the more logical thinking, the hunter, the provider. So now you got those two aspects, and you combine it into what? The son. The one who has both. Both aspects combined creates the son. This is even what the ancestors was telling me. We take things too literal. We don't look at the methodology of how things are put together. We just see the final product. This is the difference when I was made that video on comprehension versus understanding. Just the whole two definitions. We understand too much. We don't comprehend enough. Understanding is just knowing from the beginning to the end. Comprehending is understanding the methodology, how you got there. So understanding how you get to something, it shows why, the intention, the reasoning. Oh, my bad. I can't get into the chat. Let me get into the chat real quick. Mr. Gary, how you doing, brother? I appreciate you. In order for the Trinity to work like a well-tuned engine, and that's the whole. Think about driving a car, right? Thinking about driving a car. Back in the day, a lot of us drove cars with no GPS, right? We had the engine, we had the vehicle, right? And the vehicle consists of many parts, but the main part is the engine. So you got those two things, so you can go somewhere, but you don't have no direction. All right. Think of the heart as the GPS. Now, what happens when you get a GPS? You know exactly where you're going. It's gonna tell you every turn, every crack, every crank, everything, gas station, whatever you need to know. The GPS will tell you. So now you got direction. Before you just had the vehicle and the will to go. We can run instinctively. You know, that's how all animals do on this planet. They run basically off instinct, the desire to survive. That's how animals are tuned. We have the option to think. We have the option to feel. Not saying animals don't have feelings, but they're driven off of pure instinct. They're designed to do one thing, and that's what most of them do. You could teach them other things, but what they designed to do, they go do regardless. You have to teach them. You have to take away old habits and create new ones. When we train animals, that's what we do. Take away their instincts and we replace them with something else. And honestly, that's how most people get hurted, right? So what happened? Let me have a look. like I said, whatever's inside of you, um, whatever you have inside you is going to come out. So a lot of times, you got to have trust in you to even trust someone else. You got to trust yourself to trust anyone. A lot of times people think they don't trust people. It's not the people, it's you. You don't trust yourself to make good judgment on people. It's not even the people. Everything outside yourself is a reflection of you. When they use that term birds of a feather flock together, what they mean is you around what you like, who you are. You put yourself around things that make the inside feel comfortable. So a lot of times people aren't trustworthy to even put trust in other people. And the first thing they think is, well, I can't trust people. Why can't you trust? You don't. It's not the fact you don't trust people. You don't trust your judgment in people. People are afraid to be wrong, right? And so a lot of times, instead of being wrong, you just won't deal with something, and that's even with people. That's even with people. You won't even deal with people. Roxanne, what up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hold on, man.
This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll
Okay. My bad, man. I was parched. Had to grab some good old coffee. Yeah, so I mean, trust is this 702. What it do? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. So trust is one of those things that I don't believe we truly I believe the more you trust, the more you value trust on the individual level, the better you take care of it. That's what I learned from my experience. Right? Me personally, I feel like people earn it, and the people who deserve it, they don't mind. Like I don't mind. I don't want you to trust me. I want to earn it, and I know it's gonna take time, but that's the whole journey. That's the journey. Yeah, let it take time. You know, but that's the whole thing, right? That's the philosophy, you know. And I'm gonna spit sauce different ways. We're gonna talk about emotions because look, this is the thing though. We have to be at least aware and understanding of what our emotions is and what our consciousness is. Why do we have morals and values? Why do we have virtue? Why are we resilient? Why are we, you know, those things. King Miller, what up, though? Appreciate you. Once you establish those things, you'll see how to make them compliment you. But we got a formula. Shout out to Cat Daddy. You know, when me and Cat Daddy was talking about integrity, he gave me a formula. You know, use your heart and your mind simultaneously. I was telling him, like, I know how to do it. I just need to understand how to explain it. And he said, well, the intention is from the heart. The reason why you do things, but how you do it. That's the formula. That's how you combine the heart with the mind. And like I said, it becomes whole. Once it becomes whole, anything that comes out of the body is now whole from the spirit. Holy Spirit. That is you're manifesting the Holy Spirit from out of you. The whole spirit. A combination of both. You're doing things from the heart, but you're doing it with the mind. So you got the intention. Now you need the method. How do you apply it? Pops, what up, though? Appreciate you, Pop. Hey, if I missed anybody in the chat, I apologize. Like, just the right Lisa J in the building. What up, sis? Dee, did I say Dee? My bad, I'm going back up. Our spirits are being tested. Our soul depends on our action. And see, that the way you put that, Mo, I don't know if Mo's still in here, but that's fact. You know, like even when I explained, when I was talking about the ego, I was talking about an aspect of kinetic science. When we was talking about the ka and the ba, you know, when I was breaking that down, understanding that the ka is what we call consciousness, what we do. You know, the ba is the soul. And what gets weighed is the soul, not the consciousness. But the consciousness is responsible for the soul passing through. So what she's saying is our spirits are being tested. Our soul depends on our action. You see what I'm saying? That was dope, sis. I appreciate that. But that's comprehending. That's comprehending. Is understanding the methodology, how things work, right? We can always see what things are, but why did they become? Is it even fortunate? Hold on 1 second.
I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve in a world that's lost its way.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah, there's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor.
The realest one in the building. What up, bro? Appreciate you. Hey, Miss 702, I'm gonna tell you a secret, right? The Islam, they got a word, it's called jihad, right? And when you translate it, it translates into spiritual warfare. Right? So in the Moore Science Temple, they teach Islam a little different. Right? So if you look at the Shiite or Sunni, they'll tell you the spiritual warfare is physical, is on this plane. But the Moore Science Temple believe it's inside you. The spiritual warfare is inside you. And what it truly is the temptations of the world. Right? You know what I mean by that? Even when someone does something to you, we are tempted to retaliate. That's jihad, the spiritual warfare. Is an opposing force outside of you causing conflict inside of you. It's up to us to balance the inside. So what you're doing, getting away, detaching yourself, that's 100. You know, sometimes we have to isolate to understand. You know, we have to be away from them stimulants outside of ourselves so we can go inside of ourselves and understand. There's a reason they wanted God outside you and they want God inside. The reason they tell you not to meditate, they tell you to pray. Everything is outside. They don't want you to look in. Even in when Jesus was talking, telling people about the mansion, his father's mansion and the many rooms, a lot of people don't read the next verse. If you read the next verse, it'll tell you that it's within you. It's right there. They tell you that mansion is us. The many rooms that God has is us. God's spirit is within all of us. But the way to the Father is through the Son. How you gonna know God if you can't feel him? It's within. And that's not to knock nobody. I'm just telling.
Knock jokes a lot better than I can understand them.
Oh, no, Siri, you tripping. I wasn't even talking to you. I don't know. Is that something automatic when Siri hear knock knock? Yeah, the sun. And you know what? I got a dope video about the solar plex too. I gotta make sure I ain't delete it. I got a dope video about the solar plex. I think I'm gonna redo that. And I was talking about, I was incorporating the Son of God from the biblical text to the metaphysic text. And we talk about the Son of God within us, our solar plex, where the house of the soul is within. So yeah, we gonna bring that back up. But you know, when we understand our inside, we can better make better choices on the outside of it. And that's the whole philosophy, is getting in tune with self, understanding what's in you. There's nothing greater outside of you than what's in you. You know, that's been said many different ways in many different texts. You know, they've been telling us this. It's just us not being able to associate. You know, we take for granted what's inside of us. We don't fine tune our emotions. Sometimes we don't even understand them. We don't know where they came from. We just feel it. This is how people get manipulated, right? Because people pull on heartstrings. Like I used when I was younger. This is what I'm telling you. Like, I'm gonna just tell you a story, right? When I was younger, I'm watching TV and I see these celebrities talking about these hungry kids in Africa and all these other third world countries. And I used to wonder, like, if you make all that money, why are you asking us? Like, can't you get a couple of your friends and y'all just fix it? Y'all got enough. I'm thinking this as a kid. It didn't make sense. Didn't make sense. Why would somebody rich ask somebody who has less than them for help to fix something that they can fix themselves? There's enough people with it. So I'm thinking like, but I see everybody else. Oh my God, these poor kids, we got to do something. All the older people doing that. My grandma used to donate. She adopted. She did all that. And she helped. She helped people. We met one of the people that came over here, went to school, became a doctor. I only remember seeing her when I was younger, but it was like my adopted sister. Like my grandmother adopted her from some village, and it helped. You hear stories, good stories like that. So I'm not saying it don't help, but what I'm saying is it. Nate the Great in the building. What up, Nate? Appreciate you, Commander. What up, sis? Appreciate you. And I'm not saying it don't help, but what I'm saying is I seen how it worked. Like once I seen all the old, I'm like, because they feel bad. That's all I knew. I just knew they felt bad. That's why they did it. We have a natural, like good-hearted people. I'm not saying everybody. I'm talking about good-hearted people. It's in you to help when you can. So if you see something like that, yeah, you go donate. I can spare an extra $30 a month. I can spare an extra $50 a month. It's gonna help somebody. But the people who telling me to do it, like, how much is y'all spending a month? And I understand how that works. They're celebrity. Sometimes people donate, sometimes they don't. But them just doing the commercial, them being a celebrity, that brings value. So that's kind of their payment. But I know some people still donate, like that volcano thing in Hawaii. Oprah and The Rock donated. I think they both donated $5 million apiece, and people weren't happy with that. I'm like, that's $5 million. At least they gave that. Dang. Could they get more? I don't know. I don't know they bill. We think people be rich, and the next minute we see they bankrupt. So I mean, just because they making movies, that don't mean nothing. You seen Kanye, he was a billionaire one day. Hours later, he was a millionaire. So I mean, I don't know how none of that works, but I don't count people's pockets. But you see it, right? Yeah, just got the notification. Yeah, y'all missed it. I was on camera for a minute. I let my eyes settle down, and I probably popped it back on. Yeah. But yeah, that's what it is. It's a combination. It's combining. It's complementing. It's completion. That's the philosophy of the word. It's completion. A lot of like I said, I truly believe a lot of these books were tampered with. I believe that the information was right there. I believe people hide it right now who know it and just don't tell nobody. I just don't hear nobody preaching it. I see symbolism. I can show you. Look, I'm gonna show you some symbolism of exactly what I'm talking about. Let me see it. I didn't. I seen it and didn't download it. Okay, yeah, here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Now check this out. So when I gave you that, they even put it upside down. So we read left from right. I mean left to right. So the Father is not, the Son is not, the Holy Spirit is not. And then all three of these combined are going into God. So they're telling you the Father is not complete, the Son is not complete, even the Holy Spirit itself is not complete. But when you combine all three of them, now you're in God body, God consciousness. Now you doing the work of God. You're manifesting God from within when you combine those. When all three of those are connected, the mind, the body, and the soul, you do the work of God. You manifest. We are all extensions of the Creator, sent here to create in our own unique way. And a lot of us are disconnected. Our heart is disconnected from our mind. A lot of us don't believe in ourselves to do things that we can do. Even me. I had self-doubt I didn't even know I had it. I didn't even know it was there. It was like an invisible barrier. You know them parables when the cage is open and the bird don't walk out. That's how it kind of was. Didn't know it was there. Held myself back. Looking at what's happening outside of me, I wasn't allowing what's inside of me to come out. Nicole, what up, though? Appreciate you. Why does Siri keep picking up? Where is my bad. Bob T, what is this trash? Yeah, if you can't comprehend, you wouldn't understand. So it probably is trash to you. That's okay. You know. Yeah, shout out to Bob T. Whoever Bob T is. Told y'all, Commander don't be playing. Oh, that's why. And see, and yeah, this ain't to knock no one's this is for everyone. I don't care what religion, what belief. This is nothing new. I just use Christianity, and I just use African spirituality because I know people are familiar with it. I got a message, and I know many ways I can translate it. I can translate it from philosophy. Well, not really, because philosophy do more with critical thinking. But if I use Confucianism, I can. Confucianism is actually applied more with the heart than the mind. Rely on the heart to lead the mind. What I'm talking about is having them complement one another. You know, well, I mean, you're more than welcome, Bob T. If you want to come up and have a discussion. I mean, I don't. There's no purpose of debating. I don't believe you equipped to debate, but you're more than welcome to come up and have a discussion. I have fun with that. Yeah, but this is just a simple philosophy. Just being a complete you. You being your true, authentic you in the best way that benefits you. Even when you talk about manifestation, right? And I ran this across. Y'all heard me say this a couple times. The trick, the thing that most people, and it's probably not on purpose, it's probably just the understanding, that people have. But when you talk about manifestation, the thing that people leave out is the emotion. People tell you to think and think and think and think and think and imagine, but they don't tell you to focus on the emotion. The emotion is what gives the thought power. Think of it as a satellite, right? You have a frequency, but you have an amperage. So you can have the right frequency, but if you ain't got the right power pushing that frequency out, it ain't going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. So the body will be the satellite dish itself. So you can have the best satellite dish, you can have the right frequency, but you can have no power. What are you using to push that frequency out? You're pushing the emotion. And what keeps or prevents people from manifesting things they don't believe. You can think about being rich, but if you don't believe you can be rich, belief is an emotion. Belief is not a mindset. Belief is not a thought. Belief is an emotion. If you don't feel that you can have something, you won't get it. That's why they say put yourself around the things you want. Once you go around it, you see it's possible. It's right there in front of you. Imagine it. All this is to build up belief you can have it. Instead of telling you, look, you need to come to grips with yourself and understand that you do deserve things in life. It's so many. Look, this is a common problem. A lot of times stuff happens to us subconsciously. If you believe that your reward is in heaven and you have to die to have your reward, you won't be seeking it here on earth. You won't even be thinking about it. You won't even believe you can have it, especially if you grew up in poverty. There's so many things working against our heart. And this is why they don't teach you about none of this stuff. Because it's an easy way to control you. It's an easy way to keep you in sheep mode. They want to, man, all this symbolism, bro. They want to herd you with a good shepherd. They want you to be herd. And that's okay. Some of us are goats. We blaze our own path. Some of us are sheep. We follow. But even if you're a sheep, make sure you got a good shepherd, someone who will take care of you, because some of these shepherds out here abuse people. Did I see Drina in the building? Oh no. Y'all know I can't see, don't mind me. Yeah. So just make sure your shepherd is a good shepherd. Too many people are heavenly bound, but are not earthly good. You know what? This is my thing too, Gary. Check this out. This is what I understand. Like, people want to go to heaven, but they're afraid to die. Like, how you afraid of death and you want to go to heaven? I think people are afraid to die because they know they've been messing up down here. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Fasting brings much clarity. Yeah, fasting is good. Fasting is just not off food, though. You got to fast off life. You got to fast off people, places, and things, too. You know, you got to spiritually fast and mentally fast. Not just physically. Anything, I made a video like that. Anything, that's the unique thing. Check this out. I was explaining this stuff and didn't even know what I was doing. It was just coming out of me. It was literally just flowing out of me, right? I made a video about what you do on the outside, you need to do on the inside. And I was talking about conditioning yourself. Like, if you eat good things, like fruits and vegetables, if you take care of your health, you need to do the same thing. Watch what you consume mentally and spiritually. And I was talking about self-defense. If you defend yourself physically, defend yourself mentally and spiritually. Whatever you do physically, you should be doing that mentally and spiritually too. You have three aspects. So you have to prepare, you have to nurture all three. I got a dope show for that too. I'm gonna redo intellect outellect, and I got different concepts I want to incorporate. I was supposed to take it off members only. I will take that off members only. Papa Will in the building. What up, though? Appreciate you. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that out so y'all can check that out because I'm about to do a part 3 of that, and I'm gonna incorporate this philosophy to it. But we have to nurture all three aspects. We have to get in tune with all three aspects. Like most people, thoughts aren't even their thoughts. So even when we say fasting, you got to fast mentally too. You have to fast. That's just being away from people. Collect your thoughts. See what is your thought. See what is your feelings. Anything that comes from the outside is form, flat and simple. So if something happens on the outside of you and you feel it on the inside, that's a form. That's a stimulant. Something happened and made that occur. That wasn't natural. It's not a natural phenomenon. It's not something that was generated by you. So you have to identify that, especially if it's negative. Because now we're saying what the soul don't want, what the soul don't like. Our emotions and feelings, that's the language of our soul. That is our soul communicating with it, our internal guidance. So when we feel something, that's why women with intuition, that's the inner self telling you, hey, something wrong. Women are a little bit more in tune naturally with that. Men are a little bit more in tune naturally with the consciousness. That's why they associate God with a man. Is because men are more logical. Women are emotional. Not saying one can't be the other. Not saying one can be fine-tuned and won't be in balance. I'm just talking about instinctively. I'm talking about naturally. Yes, is the first preacher in your life. That's why I was breaking down. Gary, now, see, you probably will appreciate when I did that show on the ego, right? I did that for a reason because I wanted people to truly understand. Like when we talk about the ego, we're talking about our consciousness, right? That's what we're talking about. That's what the ego is. The ego is your consciousness, and even that has 3 parts, right? And that's why I broke it down so we can better utilize the word. The more you use it, when we use concepts, when we use them, that's why I call all these tools. When you use them, you can better understand them. And not only that, you make them work for you. You are the ego. So when you say something bad about the ego, what you're consciously doing is saying something bad about yourself. Because when people say that they got an inflated ego, that's not actually an inflated ego. They're functioning from the ID standpoint, the lower self of their ego. So they actually are deflated. They're functioning out of animal instinct, just a desire to thrive. So, not about nobody else. When you function out the super ego, the higher self, that's where the morals and the values, that's where all of that comes from. And to have power is to control both. Is to know when to go in survival mode, when to use the ID, and when to use the super ego. So it sounds easy, the concept of combining the soul with the consciousness, but most of us don't even have control of either. So imagine combining 2 unstable things. I don't have the soundboard. I can't say kaboom. But now you see what happened. People unstable emotionally and mentally. What you think they will produce? What's going to come from outside of them? What's going to come from inside of them? People who are unstable emotionally and physically. What do you expect? You should just expect total chaos. That's what you should expect. My bad, I gotta go up in the chat. Oh, appreciate you for sharing, Nicole. Appreciate you. Yeah, but yeah, that explosion is real. But if anybody got any questions, feel free to ask. You know, we just talking about combination, and it's philosophy. Like I said, we got a formula for it. Oh, can't put that there. We got a formula for it. Shout out to Cat Daddy. And like I said, a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about, we just been defining this. You know, like I said, this is not a new philosophy. This is something that always been here. Hold on 1 second.
Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me. A road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gore, always wanting more. Freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Yeah, I think it do fit it. I mean, even if you think, right, so you a child, right? You do stuff free spirited. Children are good, right? Then you become an adult. You get exposed to the world. You get responsibilities. But once you merge those two, you become childlike, carefree. You know, not afraid to love, not afraid to cry. You know, you don't feel the pressure as you will do an adult. Yeah, my bad, but yeah, so I just feel like this is something that anyone can apply. You know, it's not no, like I said, it's not no religion, it's not no cult, nothing like that, man. It's something that I think a lot of people ain't exposed to. You know, I talk about emotional intelligence. That's coming from the heart, understanding different emotions. We're gonna talk about the emotional spectrum too. I'm gonna get into that. I'm okay, Tay, don't kill me. But I am well no, I'm not gonna say that because no, that's something that's something off here. I don't want nobody taking that idea. But we writing a book. I'm writing a book. You know, I think it's gonna be dope. It's not gonna be like a yeah, you'll see. Yeah, I'm writing a book. It ain't gonna be like an autobiography or nothing like that. I don't even want to say the title. I kind of already said the title, but I don't want to incorporate the book with the title. But that's what we're doing. We're moving on purpose, right? And we got a philosophy. We got, and on that top of that philosophy, we're gonna add a lot of tools. So talking about the emotional spectrum, talking about mindsets, different. I'm gonna incorporate different philosophies. You know, Miyamoto has a great philosophy. Confucius, you know, shout out to Cat Daddy again. He got me into uh, Stoicism. I like Diogenes though. Diogenes, like I don't really rock with Aristotle and Plato and them, but Diogenes is a beast. I like him. Yeah, my bad. I'm sitting there looking at the chat, but yeah. So you know, we got some stuff coming up. So look out for it. 9%, baby. We yeah. I had the light on earlier. Hold on, let me turn the light on. I show Commander my face one time, so you better take a screenshot. Yeah, I'm using the new mic, but for some reason it don't pick up. So I it's my voice. I forgot what mic they told me to get, but they said because my voice is like monotone, I got to talk into the mic. So, and I'm on my dining room table right now, and I currently have no room, but it's gonna be set up like the camera and everything. I'm gonna get it all set up. Yeah, this is the new mic right here. Yeah, that's the new mic. Hold on. Hey, I didn't know they had a green screen room, but you gotta have like the business package or something. So I might look into that. I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. What's up? So listen, I got some questions.
Give
Can
me
I
one
ask?
second. Yeah, let me turn the light off real quick because this shit is killing my eye. Whoa. Yeah, I sit in the dark most of the time, but go ahead.
So for anybody who's trying to connect all three, how would you connect all three? Mind, body, and the spirit.
First, you got to make peace. You know, first you have to understand. All three. You gotta have your feelings, your emotions under control. You gotta have your mind, your own thoughts. Once you do that, then we apply the formula. The intent, the reason why we do things is from the soul. How we do it is from the mind. That's how you allow them to complement one another. You don't have them fighting against one another. If you think about what the mind is the logical mind, right? The rational mind. Things have to make sense. But a lot of times, even when things make sense, it don't feel right. Why doesn't it feel right? And then what happens after that? Which one do we listen to? That's where all the confusion is. They're not complementing one another.
Okay. So
I
then,
appreciate that, Commander.
can someone really have how do I say this? Like not a pure soul? Is that possible?
Yeah, because like I said, your soul is more of your emotions, right?
So
Um,
are they choosing it?
in a way, yes, and then, but it's a lot of variables involved. Some people can, the outside world, the reality, got beat someone down so bad that they soul turn bad. Just duality. So it's either gonna be God or the devil. That's the duality of your soul. When they talk about is the adversary, both exist. Which one do you feed? It's an old Native American proverb that I was told when I was younger that we had a white wolf and a black wolf inside of it. And whichever one we feed is the one that dominates.
That's
As
the
I
one
got,
that comes alive.
that's the one that comes out. So as I got older, I realized like it's two wolves inside you. They both need fed, and then they won't be hungry because even if you feed one, the other one is gonna starve. And what if you need that one? It's gonna be weak. Everyone got the devil in it, and it's for a reason. Sometimes the devil might save your life, but can you make peace with that inner demon, that inner you? And you make peace with it, and it only comes out when it needs to. It's a part of you. It ain't going nowhere.
Right. So what I was trying to say in the chat is if you don't combine all three, what type of person will you see? Like what are the signs for someone to
Un-
understand if you're not combining all three, mind, body, and soul?
Unbalanced, unsure. There's a lot. I mean, it depends where they functioning from because you get different. Because if someone who is not combining, it can be a good person, good hearted person that always been taken advantage of. That's someone who's not combining all three. So
Uh,
it's negative, it can be positive. It can be one of the people who just got the best heart in the world, always turning the other cheek, always doing what's right, but nothing ever works out for them because they're doing that in the wrong space for the wrong people. That's why I say you can do the right things for the wrong reason.
so okay, I got you. Nate, can you give another example? You say someone that has a good heart, but they're just getting taken advantage of, so they're not using um other parts of them. What is another one? Just another
Like a
example of
narcissist,
somebody.
someone who's selfish, who just do things for their own personal gain. Now they
Okay.
ain't using their heart; they just using their mind. It makes sense to take care of myself because ain't nobody else will take care of me like me. That makes sense. It makes sense for me to do what I want to do. That makes sense. But when you add your heart to it, you see the other people are affected too.
Okay.
So that's why I say it's a lot of there's a lot of different ways you can look at it. That's why I say this is beneficial to everyone. That's why I'm bringing it a philosophy. I don't want nobody to feel excluded. I can translate it or explain it a different way if people feel uncomfortable the way I use religion. I can explain it different ways. I just know that's what most people understand. And the way we learn is by association.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to know. um, yeah, I don't think I had any more questions, but I definitely wanted to get that out the way because when I was asking you, um, I was asking you the question and then I said, is it because someone don't trust their self? But that could be one of it too. Like when you not combining all three, you could
Mm-hmm.
maybe like be unsure of yourself.
You definitely will be unsure of yourself. And that's internal conflict. Now the mind is conflicted with the way you feel, not being able to trust. Where is that coming from? Is that because of what you feel or what you think? This is another thing that I want to apply. I've been saying this, be aware. Be aware of why you feel the way you feel, why you think the way you think. Because when you're aware, you can identify what's the stimulant, where is it coming from. Once you identify where it's coming from, you're able to either correct it, understand it, you're able to take an action. So now we're still talking about the AAA system. This is why I say that's like a golden key. You aware, you accept, you take action.
Okay.
Miss Queen, what up though? Appreciate you.
Jesus did what he could, but when it wasn't received, he left. The unbalanced one will stay and possibly be weakened. That's a
Mm-hmm.
fact.
Now balance will be weakened. It's just a matter of time. If you ain't controlling yourself, someone else will. That's just how it always been and always will be. If you can't think about it, if somebody can come in a room and make you feel different, they control you. That's a form of manipulation just by energy.
Hmm.
If someone said something to you and it changes your mood, that's a form of manipulation. Something from the outside controlling the inside. That's why, you know,
I
we
mean, and
teach
people do it on here all the time.
all the time, but we don't question why. Why did I feel that way? What about what they said made me feel that way? Because once you figure it out, guess what? They can't say that no more. Not only them, can't nobody say that no more. Because now you done figured it out. And that's another show. We will talk about that too. We got these tools for you.
Yeah, I think it's easier for me, like when that happens, I tend to think, but for other people, it might not be the same. So they
Mm,
would have to, what would they need to do? Just question themselves every time they have that gut, that feeling when it comes about someone testing them or, you know?
Like when I said the AAA system is a golden key, anytime you feel something or think something, use that. Become aware. Just
Because
say
that's sending off
AAA.
a
And
signal,
yeah,
a
and
trigger.
then if you say if you feel something, that's what it is. is when someone does something outside of you, your internal system, your soul tells you like, hey, this ain't right. Or this feels good. It's gonna tell you one or two things. That's those feelings you get. But we act impulsively and we don't identify what it is. Somebody can be saying something to you, and it can be an insecurity of yours, and you feel some type of way. And you say something to them, but then when you go back and think about it, like, hold on, man, if I'm insecure about this, if I work on this, if I fix this, then can't nobody say nothing to bother me. This is something that I know I need to do. That's why I feel insecure about it. Oh, wait till I take you to the emotional spectrum. I'm breaking that shit down. We're gonna talk about where these emotions and feelings coming from because they all got a common denominator. We about to get in it today, I'm telling you. Yeah, they call that intuition.
My bad, I was doing something.
This light
Oh,
on the camera is killing my eye too.
it is. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Gary said they call it intuition, like that gut feeling you get when you talking about the gut feeling you get, like when
Hmm.
someone says something to you. Yeah, you get like it's like a feeling inside. I don't know if that's for everybody, but I
They
know I.
trusting it more there. We got it, but we don't fine tune it like women do. Women learn to follow their intuition a lot more than men. Because what happens is when we feel it, we begin to rationalize it. When women feel it, they just go with the flow. It's almost innate when you feel
Cause we be
something.
like, Ninja, we know you cheating. I ain't got no proof, but we know. We just get that feeling.
Hold on, man. I gotta do it again, man.
You out here being a slut. We already know.
I couldn't even get all the smoke up. Oh, Papa Will went to Google for me. What'd you say? Hold on, I gotta highlight it. Direct access to unconscious knowledge, unconscious cognitive gut feeling, inner senses, inner insight to unconscious pattern recognition. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of times is our it is we can associate that to our unconscious mind. I like to associate it to the soul, but you can associate it to the unconscious mind. To me, is an aspect of the soul. Is the unconscious mind? They incorporate it to consciousness. By saying unconscious mind, they take the soul out of it. But if you look at ancient practices and stuff, before we understood what a conscious was, we knew what a soul was. We understood what a spirit was. They didn't associate the spirit to the consciousness, but that's what it is. They two separate things. That's why you get the whole spirit when you connect the soul to the consciousness, the soul to the spirit. You get the whole spirit or Holy Spirit. It's like an upgrade. You use them both.
So I think I had asked you this already, and I asked you like, okay, so which one comes first when it comes? Are you using your mind or are you using your soul? But I think you stated to me is like it just really depends on the situation.
Hmm. I would say this. I'm trying to get people to use both simultaneously.
When you say simultaneously, how? Because is it a thought that comes in your mind and then immediately you go to the soul and ask this, like, how does that explain, please?
You feel to think, and you think to feel. So what that is, hold on one second. Well, even what that is, right? Wait, what the hell is that? you, all thoughts are created by feelings, but you can, in any way, like science try to explain it, thoughts create feelings. I don't believe that because when somebody does something or you see something or anything happens, you get the feeling to initiate the thought. You see what I'm saying? If somebody hits you, you go feel like something before you think about what you're supposed to do next. If someone says something to you, you feel it before you think about what to do next. So if you need like a direct pathway, I would say feel to think. Why is what you feel or why you do something. And then the motion of how you handle it is through thought. So like if someone says something to you, it's better to rationalize that feeling, to be aware of why you feel that way before you respond.
So that would be just using the mind first.
If you use your mind first, then what part are you gonna function out of? Are you going so if someone says something to disrespect you, the initial thought is to respond or react, right?
Right.
But then you gotta rationalize: is this the right place, right time? Is it even worth it?
And when you say that right place, right time, where is that coming from? Is it
So,
coming from
so
where?
say if someone like me is a man, right? Say if I got like six people approach me, disrespecting me in front of my wife and kids. Now, my rational mind, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just react and jump on these dudes, or am I supposed to make sure my family's safe first? But how do I even think about them if I'm not using my heart? Then I'm just thinking about me. What's right for me? What's right for me is not to let nobody mess with my manhood. But there's six dudes here. If something happens, I can't guarantee my wife won't try to help. I can't guarantee my kids won't get hurt. And what if these people just don't crash out mode? They ain't got nothing to live for. I got everything to live for. Yeah, you feel hungry and think about food. Yep. I don't know if that make sense. Like when I say like right place, right time, like you have to think about what's going on around you. Is it beneficial? Is this good for the short term or the long term? And to even do that, you have to care about you, right? You have to care about what you got going on, what you doing, what your responsibilities are. Because if not, we just act impulsively. I even equate that to when I was working at the hospital when I was younger. I know I needed the job, and it was people saying condescending racial things, and seeing people explode and get fired. Now, was they right? They was defending themselves. They just did it the wrong way. Commander said I'm hungry when somebody else thinks about food. You still with me, Tay?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just asking. Appreciate you for answering my questions, though.
Oh, for sure. Nah, hit me with some more. I'm having fun. I enjoyed it. I love the clarity, man. You're just giving me more ways to explain myself. So I appreciate that. You know I like that show now.
Yeah, cause I'll just be wanting to know, where does how, where does it come from? If it's coming from the mind or the body or the soul. So when you rationalize, then that comes from the mind.
Mm-hmm.
What part does the soul come in at? Where does that speak up at?
Why?
The why.
How do you even get to rationalize? You see
Ah,
what I'm saying? What's important? What
the
what what are you
why.
rationalizing, right? That's where the soul comes up.
The why. So everybody needs to be asking themselves why.
Why?
Boom, there you go. The why. And then after that, whatever move you make, the body is gonna follow.
But that's what the body's gonna manifest. Whatever
Right.
you make, that's the action. Um that's the complete.
Would that be like how to balance it? How you
The,
explained it? That would be how to balance it and make sure one don't take over the other.
by making sure you're using both of them. You have no hungry wolves.
So so what it all boils down to is people, you have to keep yourself in check.
Self goes back to self. Everything starts with self.
It's really checking yourself.
hmm
And if you don't check yourself, then it could lead to karma, consequences, all kind of things. Then, right?
hmm And you know how people rationalize their decisions, like bad decisions. What do? They make excuses. They make justifications.
Yeah.
Even using that term, no one's perfect. Yeah, we know that, but that don't mean you ain't got to try. Just because
So
ain't
people
nobody
can
perfect.
sabotage themselves by
That's
saying the
enough.
why and then giving these answers that they know.
hmm
Hmm.
And most people sabotage themselves.
That's why
So,
some people are comfortable with the position that they're in because they
hmm
tell themselves, oh, they give themselves excuses.
They rationalize. They feel like people will feel. They will feel it like this is fucked up. I ain't supposed to be living like this. I ain't supposed to be doing this. But then they say, well, society made me like this. My mom and daddy didn't love me when I was a kid. They start rationalizing. I
Yeah,
used to do that. I used to do that.
and want people to feel sorry for them.
The man is against me. I used to do all that. White people is against me. I can't make it as a black man in America. I used to do that because that's what everybody was doing. That's what they told me. They made me fear that. They put
Yeah,
that in.
because at one point in time, that was like the thing to say. That was what everybody was saying.
hmm and it was just justifying. And I'm not saying situations and incidents didn't occur. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, even though they did, don't mean you ain't gotta try. Like me personally, um, I'm not even gonna touch on that. But it is what I'm saying. Don't be afraid. Don't let people put fear in you because those aren't your feelings. Those aren't yours. You adopted that. You accepted that. You know what'll happen? Something will happen to someone else, and we won't even try because they failed. So now we got the fear of failure. Oh, they couldn't do it. It can't be done. That's not true. Maybe they did it wrong. Maybe they didn't have what you have. They didn't have your drive. They didn't have your knowledge. They didn't have your experience. That's why they failed. That shouldn't prevent you from trying. That's this whole thing about marriage now. People, well, marriages don't last. Have you tried to be married? This is my second marriage. The first one didn't work. I wasn't afraid to try again. Not happy. I know a lot of marriages fail. A lot of marriages failed around me. That didn't prevent me from trying. Didn't prevent me from going forward. Those aren't my thoughts. Those are other people. I seen why my first one didn't work, so I made sure I didn't make the same mistake. I would replace feelings with action because the heart is where the feelings come from. You know, feelings are emotion. So the thoughts, the heart, and then the action equals mind, body, and soul. Is what we manifest from outside, from inside of ourselves out to the world. Think about this. Everything is in the world right now. Everything that we see in the world right now, it came out of something. Any building, any creation, it came from the inside of someone. Someone felt it, then they thought how to do it, and then they created it. That's manifestation. And think about yourself, right? Think about when you failed at something and never tried again. Probably didn't feel right about something. But think about when you failed at something and you kept trying until you got it. You really wanted it. That's why you wouldn't stop. How you feel will dictate how you think. How you think will dictate what you do and how you do it. When you feel like Tay, when you were saying, if you don't feel good, don't get up and trade stocks. You're right. Your internal source is telling you not to do it. That's why you feel like that. And your mind is listening, understanding. So they're cooperating. And what did you manifest? Not losing money that day. You see how that works? Yeah, marriage is like a job. Keep working. This is the hardest employer I ever had. I'm telling you. Shout out to my wife. I love you, baby. She gonna kill me. I don't know. Hey, did you fall asleep on me? Yeah, but this is dope. I am the exception on things that move. I like that, Commander. Yeah, Anti, she ate all them nachos with a chopstick and fell asleep. Shout out to Dave. Yeah, she make sure y'all tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Tay got a premiere going on. It's the nacho challenge. You know, she challenging people to record yourself eating nachos with a chopstick. I'm gonna try to do it.
Be quiet. And he said he gonna be on camera when he do it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on camera. Yeah. I'm gonna embarrass myself trying to eat. I can't even eat noodles with a damn chopstick. I can do it with my left hand. I can't do it with my right hand.
Man, you should have made me say do it with the left. Dang.
Mm,
Or do it with your non-dominant hand.
yeah, non-dominant hand. You can still put it in there. You can put it. Oh no, you can't. Oh yeah, you can.
I didn't do it though.
Uh, bonus challenge. Do it with your non-dominant hand. You can add that to the video. I had to find my peanut butter chocolate covered cookies tomorrow. Not touch it. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't mind. That's towards the end of the show, but yeah, that's. I apologize. I didn't have no visuals. I had a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, just a lot, But my cousin doing a little better. They decreased his vent saturation, so that's good. Any small victory in a positive way, I take it. You're a fighter, you're a warrior. You're gonna be all right. That ninja owed me a podcast, so I told him you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, Anti. It's definitely gonna be fun. But yeah, this it's gonna be the philosophy of completion. And like I said, so we're gonna talk about all aspects of it. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna identify different things. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna build on what we already did, and we're gonna add some new stuff. Like I said, I'm breaking down the emotional spectrum. I'm trying to create my own chart. Um, but I think I gotta. I'm gonna have to use my laptop. But I'm gonna create my own chart. I was gonna use somebody else's, but I don't like their chart. So if I can't create my own, then I will use a model, and I will tell you where I got the model from. Oh, you cool? You cool? Well, I'm gonna tell you where I got the model from, but we gonna go through that. We gonna go through the emotional spectrum so we can identify. Because sometimes if we understand what the emotion is and where it's coming from, we can change it. We can transmute it. We can get rid of it. So we will go through that, or we can nurture it. Everything ain't bad. We got good emotions too. I mean, think about if you, at any point in time, if you can manifest joy, at any given time. Like when I'm upset, I tickle my daughter. She laughs. Her laugh brings me so much joy. But I can't help. I can't be mad when she laughs. Can't be upset. Can't be disappointed. I got this little beautiful baby girl just giggling. Her little 4 teeth in her mouth. Just giggling. I can't do nothing but smile and be happy and be grateful. And then I go right into all those positives. I feel the love. I feel gratitude. Feel appreciation. That's alchemy. That's what they call emotional alchemy. When you can change from one thing to another. And sometimes we do need them outside stimulants. If they work against us, we can make them work for us. That's overstanding. Why would you sit here and be mad if you can do something about it? If you can put yourself around people that can take those negative feelings away. You can turn on a TV show and watch it and laugh. I know people who do that. When they're feeling down, they'll watch a show to make them laugh. Now they're back up beat. Now they're fully functional again. Take yourself out the rut. In a good way, though. Because, you can develop habits, too. We're going to talk about that. Emotional addiction. Yeah, we're going to talk about emotional addiction, but you can develop bad habits like people stress eat or people stress shop. They get stressed out, or they go shopping, and then when they realize they spent too much money, now you stressed again. Now you got another problem. So we gonna identify that too. We got a lot of good shows. I gotta work on stuff. So, I want to bring you all the information in a way that you can use it. So a lot of times I got to break it down, and then sometimes I just need to give visuals. But I want to break it down to a point where um, it's digestible. I had to make sure my mic was on. Yeah. So do anybody got any other questions or any other thoughts? It's always so. That's the thing about philosophy, right? So just because I said something, or even if you want to use the term created something, don't mean you can't add to it. That's how philosophy works. We all get our own personal philosophy, right? We all do. Like, even what I'm saying now, you probably can say it in a different way where we can attract different people. You know, Shout out to Gary, my 33 brother. He been dropping sauce in the chat all night. Appreciate that.
Um, how can you teach children to be aware? Do you just tell them the same thing?
Yeah, teach them about the
Or how
emotions
do
when
you
they're
feel?
young. Yep,
Huh?
yep, exactly. Have them identify when they're young, so they know where it's coming from. Imagine a child understanding why they're mad, why they upset, and then applying thought. Okay, yeah, I know I wanted to do this because I thought it would be fun, but knowing mommy knows more than me. Mommy told me why it hurt. Now I can see. They probably won't be able to do that until like 13, 14. But at least if you make them aware now, it'd be normal to them expressing their emotions. A lot of times we need to express our emotions so we can understand our emotions.
Right. We probably wouldn't have a lot of jails if a lot of people was able to express their emotions or ask themselves why before they do certain things.
hmm People feel and then they act off impulse. They're not identifying why. Like, why would you feel insulted by someone? I'm just being real. This is reality. There's levels to everything, right? But why would I be insulted by someone who's not on my level or above? Now I got to figure out the motive. Usually, people who just think about any random person coming insulting you, like the guy who came in the chat earlier. Oh, this is boring. Okay, it was earlier. I even told you I wanted to go to Roland Martin. I mean, not Roland Martin. Jason Whitlock when he was talking about Monique, because what he said, it was like, that's insulting. I wanted to express my emotion and my thought, but I didn't. And the reason I didn't, because it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have changed anything. There's a bunch of people in there who would have just said more things that got on my nerves or irritated me. So why even go through all that when I got my own page and I can express how I feel on here? And that's what we're gonna do.
Period.
And that's what we're gonna do. But there's no point of disturbing his space. If that's how they want to feel, fine. But just like you put something on the internet, so I have the right to critique it as a content creator, and I usually don't do it, but I think this deserves it. I think it deserves the word opinion, and I'm gonna share it with my people. I'm not gonna tag them in it. Y'all can tag me in, but I'm not. I'm encouraging the fuckery. Let me stop. But yeah, so yeah, that's what we gonna do. But we got a lot of good shows coming up. It's just gonna take me time. I appreciate everybody being patient. I know y'all used to me going on every night, but I'm trying to create the content. You know, I don't approve of the way I handled this live for the simple fact I didn't have the visuals. I want that to be a part of the show. It just take a little long. When I get my other laptop or desktop, I'll be able to make PowerPoints. I think I can do it on here. I just haven't tried. I can figure it out on here. This is, let's see, what do I have to do on the Google slide? Let me see where this takes me.
Yeah, I'm a drop down, but I don't think I appreciate for answering the questions, and I hope other people understood, as well.
Oh, for sure, sis. I appreciate you for asking. Yeah, y'all
No
be
problem.
active. Y'all be active like Tay. If y'all got a question, ask. And Gary was asking good questions. I appreciate both of y'all. Yeah, ask questions. And like I said, I'm into discussion. I don't want to debate. I feel like everyone has their own opinion, you know. But I'm always up to discussion. Even if you challenge me, I'm fine with that. Just be respectful. You know, that's all I ask. I don't think that's asking for too much. We all be respectful to one another. You know, I think us as human beings, we can do that. We can respect one another. You know, we ain't gotta like one another to respect one another. Respect yourself. If it's in you, it'll come out of you. You know, whatever's in you is gonna come out. So if you can't respect yourself, you're not gonna respect no one else. It's just what it is. Nixie in the building. What up, though, Nixie? Hold on, what that say? I apologize. My eyes is killing me. I had that light on, and then the light from the camera was on in my face. I still listening. Oh, I appreciate you, Willis. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, that's all I wanted to present. I just wanted to present the philosophy of the word completion. You know, we will combine the mind with the soul. We'll have them complement one another, and we go manifest what's inside of us, outside of us. Combining the mind with the soul, you get the whole spirit. You know, play with words. They got the Holy Spirit. We got the whole spirit. You know, so it can function. And what's inside of us will manifest outside of us. The change we want to see in the world, we must first produce it within ourselves. You know, even fixing problems on the outside of our home, we got to fix the ones on the inside and let that flow out. That's the whole key. You know, it's not about fixing everybody else. It's about fixing us. If we all on an individual level fix ourselves, then when we interact with one another, it's not a bunch of broken people interacting with broken people. Because broken people interacting with broken people make more broken people. That's all it do. You ain't gonna get nothing positive from nothing negative. That's just not how it works. You don't take two negatives and create a positive. But if ain't nobody got no more questions, I'm gonna cut this. And like I said, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get some more room. We'll get the camera going. I gotta figure out how to hook up. I'm gonna get not a soundboard, but I forgot the name of it. But I'm gonna get one of those. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who donated. We got the new mic. You know, I hope the sound is better, the sound quality. I would know tomorrow when Ms. V check it because she is my sound critiquer. She told me to delete videos because the audio bad. You know, that's her pet peeve. Shout out to Ms. V. That's our YouTube specialist. Make sure you linked up with her. If you're doing anything with this YouTube thing, Ms. V, she read over there. You know, her whole channel is about making other people better, giving us the YouTube news that we can use. So her success is our success. Definition of selfless, you know, her success is predicated upon what we do, our success. So definitely check out Ms. V. And check out the 9, man. Check out the 9. It was a bunch of links dropped in the chat for the people on replay. Make sure you check out all those content creators. I appreciate the mod for dropping those links. Check out all those content creators. I know there's a bunch of names in there. Definitely check them out. Definitely check out the 9. We got Anti-Social. That's our motivational, unfiltered vlog star. You know, we got Tay Eats. Not only do she do mukbang, she feeding the body and the soul. That's our master of numbers. And then you got the Word, you know, the reality coach. So make sure you linked up to all 3. We got some great things coming. Some great shows. Tay's mastering the numbers. She got Life Path number 2 going on this weekend. We go put in Kings and Queens POV. That's gonna be me and Tay show. So we gonna rock that out. We gonna have a good topic. We got Sugar and Spice. You know, check out Sugar and Spice show. We revamping some things. You know, we gonna continue to evolve. It's not about perfection, but we are progressing. You know, we see what works, see what don't work, and we make adjustments as we go. But we still going. We ain't gonna stop going. We ain't gonna stop. So I appreciate everyone who rocks out with it. Appreciate everyone who supports it. Shout out to my sniper. Shout out to Commander. I told y'all don't come over here playing Commander. She gonna come out the bushes if she in them. If she in the chat, she gonna slap you right in the face with it. You ain't gonna be in here too long. So come correct, come respectful, and enjoy the show. And if you don't enjoy it, just leave quietly. You don't have to disturb the room. But if you do, I ain't worried. The Commander right there. Shout out to Commander, man. But yeah, Sugar and Spice this Saturday, people. Look out for the thumbnails. Look out for the notification. I mean, look out for that. But y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nation. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that share button. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, heard it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this evening. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse.
Hey, is PIA, you still in here? Hey, I gotta ask you a question. I was about to get off. But do you think you can put a 9 on my iPad? You think we can get a 9 put on here? A 9% on the iPad PIA? Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Shout out to PIA. Y'all take it easy, man.